Morning. It feels like a minute since I've pulled out my phone and had a one-to-one moment as I'm walking to work. And honestly, because I'm feeling a little bit cute, I was like, let me pull out my phone. So let me not lie. It's because I'm feeling myself just a little bit today. What can we talk about? What can we talk about? Okay, let's see. It's going to be random. It's always random. But let's pass these people first, because I know I seem brave having my phone out and talking. But as soon as I see a bunch of people, I'm like, no. Okay, one moment. Okay. Morning. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit open here. So recently, I have, with all my growing and developing and working on me, my mind, my energy, how I see myself, and then how I see life, I'm growing, developing. I've spent like maybe the last 4 years, and it's still going, still ongoing, just working on me and being somewhat in isolation. At first it started off with being a trauma decision. I don't know if that makes sense. The isolation started off with me isolating myself because I was traumatized, and then it kind of grew out of that into I'm healing myself and working on myself, learning how to enjoy me, you know, my own life. And within doing that, it's almost become a security sort of thing. You know, I have gotten more and more accustomed and comfortable with just me, myself, and I. But Iamimade deserves to have love in her life. Iamimade, myself, deserves to have amazing friendships and connections in her life, in my life. Let me speak like myself, okay? I deserve to have amazing friendships. I deserve to have love in my life. I desire that, so why not? So anyway, I thought I was healed. I thought I did all the inner work, which I am, and I'm still becoming, and I'm still doing the work. But it's so crazy that as I'm thinking, yeah, I'm so whole, you know, I know who I am and everything else, I learned that as soon as I step out into the world and I start conversing with other people, that's when everything is exposed. That's when everything comes out. And when I say everything, I'm talking about insecurities, concerns. I spent so much time being comfortable in my own skin, my own space, figuring out, learning more of the things that I enjoy doing, tapping into the things I enjoy doing and keeping it sacred to me, you know, and away from the people that are in my surroundings, you know. And I'm always like, I like myself, I love myself, I like myself. And as soon now as I start allowing myself to connect to people, you know, now actually, basically what I'm trying to say is that with all the work I have done alone, there is more work to be done, which I've always known, but you grow more when you place yourself in surroundings around other people. You grow more when you're out of isolation. So for me, when I say you, I'm talking about me, so please forgive me. This is not me doing self-help anything or telling anybody what to do. No, this is me sharing my experiences. That's all it is, and me figuring it out. Sometimes I might say one thing and I might say another because my mindset has developed or changed or believe something new, okay? So when I say you, I mean me, but I'm gonna practice saying me or Iamimade or she. So anyway, I like that. It's so easy. It has been easy for me to be on my own, but it's become a safe place, and it's also become my place of slight fear of putting myself out to the world and being interrupted by other people, interrupting my peace, interrupting my confidence. But I learned that from placing myself in situations of connecting with other people. I learned that through that. And it's so scary. So you come out with, like, you're in a place, you have your own opinions, you like yourself, you know, you're happy with yourself. So I think I am. And as soon as I wanna, let me give an example. As soon as I wanna start dating and get to know a person and connect, my G. That's where I learn where my triggers are, when I'm outside of my comfort zone. And me spending time in isolation, one moment. Me spending time in isolation was necessary, it was important, it's what I had to go through at that time, at that season. It's what I had to go through. It allowed me to like myself, to find out who I am, what I want to do with my life without the interruptions, the noise and opinions of other people. Therefore then interrupting my own mindset, my own belief system, my own voice, you know, of who I want to be and how I want to live. So it's been good for me for a period, and it still is good for me. Now it's time for me to stretch, because I said to myself that I want love, I want friendships, I want connections. Now I'm going to be required to stretch more than I have done before, because I'm no longer just dealing with myself, I'm dealing with other people, their energies, their belief systems, and it's requiring me also to, everything that I've learned in that period of isolation, to also put that in practice in the outside world. And it is challenging. However, it is a beautiful challenge. That's what I'm choosing to tell myself, you know? So learning to trust somebody else is one of the scariest things, especially when you've been hurt in life, you know, and who hasn't, you know? I believe if you exist, you've gone through something, you know, because life isn't always easy, right? But for me, I was, past tense, I'm a different person, that's not my story no more, but I was hurt, I was traumatized. And within doing the work with myself and building that confidence in myself, I had to tell myself that it is up to me. I told myself, I trust me to have my back, to pick me up if something wasn't to go to plan. If somebody was to, if I'm choosing to show up as my loving self, my whole self, and to let go of the baggage of the past, because I'm dealing with a different person, as a different human being. But if I'm choosing to let go of the trauma that I had experienced before, because I say that I want love, I want connection, I want friendships, as scary as it is, because everything looks like a red flag, not everything, but you know, I'm being funny when I say that, but things could seem like red flags. It's for me, it's up to me to trust myself. I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for my mind and my heart and my energy. I'm responsible for loving me and caring for me and protecting me. But I'm also responsible for me to give myself the chance to experience love, to experience friendships, to come out of myself and my own mindset, my old traumas, you know? So if I'm telling myself that I am worthy of love, that I want love, then I have to trust myself to experience it, you know, and that I've got my back no matter what. And that releases the pressure, the expectations, the worries, the concerns that I would place on another person. But I'm still me. I'm still me. It's all an experience, it's all a journey. But I also have told myself that if I am uncomfortable with something, that I am to speak up lovingly. If I want something because I know more of who I am, it is for me to speak up about it. And not to be shy, not to be worried that I'm going to lose a person, that they're going to lose interest in me, or that they may treat me in a disrespectful way. It is up to me to say what I want. It's up to me to move in that direction that I want, and allow that person to show up in however they're going to show up, you know? So if they show up with grace and love and acceptance of me, of who I am, fantastic. We can continue to grow and see where this thing goes. And if not, if they react in ways of me, for example, speaking up and saying, I don't like the way you spoke to me. It made me feel this way. Or, for example, I'm looking for commitment, for example, a long-term commitment. I don't do friends with benefits. Giving them the chance to say what they want and learning to listen to what they have to say and not project on the things that I want, that I desire on them. Yeah? So if they react by saying, oh no, you know, I'm not too sure what I want, I just want to go with the flow. I think you're beautiful, Imade, because you are beautiful. But let's go with the flow. It's up to me to listen to myself and to, hi, see, Imade's cute, you see that? It's up to me to be like, you know what, with love, with kindness in my heart, thank you for being honest with me. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, but thank you for being honest with me, and let it go and move on. And that applies with friendships and connections. I mean, it's so funny because I want to say more. And I know when I watch this back, I'm going to be like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said that. But you know what? It is what it is. I'll get better at expressing myself more. But you know what? It's just a conversation between me and whoever's listening. Between me and you. Between me and you. So, yeah, this journey of allowing myself to be open to friendships, to love, it's scary, it's unknown, it's at times triggering, but I expect it to be triggering because I'm weeding out the old so I can become the new, you know, so that I can live in what is my birthright, what I desire, what I deserve, what I tell myself that I deserve. So, yeah, here we go. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm not too sure when we're next going to have our chit chat, but in the meantime, have an awesome divine day, and you'll see me next time.